Hello everyone, when was the last you used ChatGPT? If you're like me, I pretty much use it every day, from learning to writing to researching and creating images and pretty much everything. So today we are going to cover each and every aspect of ChatGPT which you can use in your daily life. Most of the folks are using ChatGPT but they don't know how to actually use it the right way. So I am Sanjeet and I'm here to explain you each and every feature. Today we will be covering how to prompt, agent mode, how to create images, how to do deep research, how to use connectors and connected apps within ChatGPT, and also a bit on custom GPTs. So stay tuned, let's get started. There are 4 or 5 basic fundamental things you need to provide to LLM, right? So first is role. You need to share a role of what the LLM or ChatGPT needs to act as. Then you need to give context. Then you need to give more of some reasoning to it. So it has to be reasoning. Sorry for that. Yeah, there you go. Then you have to give task, what task it has to perform, and then you have to give output format, right? So these are the 4 or 5 steps you need to give, right? Let's try it out. So I already created a prompt. The role is act as a travel advisor. You can also detail it out like act as a travel advisor with 10 years of experience and whatever you want, right? And then task is to plan a 5-day trip to Bali. Context is I'm traveling with the family and want to have a balanced, relaxed, plus sightseeing kind of vacation. I prefer a cost-friendly option and don't want to go to too much crowded or too rushy places since I'm going with my family. And then the reasoning is explain how you chose each activity, why it's fit with the family trip, and those kind of things. And then overall format, it says I need to have a final answer in day by day itinerary. It needs to give me an activity list, estimated time, cost, and whatever, right? So let's try it out. Rather than just saying I want to plan a trip to Bali, just give me an itinerary. It won't do that kind of magic, right? So here you see here it gives you day by day itinerary for 5 days. Day one, it gives you activities, estimated time, cost. It has categorized into low, medium, and high, and you can tweak the prompt to get the maximum best outputs there. Then some travel tips, and it does the job, right? So this is the way you should prompt. Remember it as RTCRO, right? I know it is hard, but role, what task it has to perform, the context, the reasoning, and the output format. So that is pretty much very important. Now, moving on, I think once you learn how to prompt, this is one of the core skills you need to have in terms of using any platform today, because everybody is turning into agentic platforms. So like ChatGPT and what other, right? So you can really increase your outputs with a great prompt to a certain extent. I meet a lot of people who say that, hey, I use ChatGPT, but it is not that great. I think they're not prompting it right. So that is the reason I thought of creating this video out here. Then moving on to, let's say, you want to do a deep research. Let me go into a new chat out here and say, let me select a deep research. So these are like different modes an AI agent, or I would say ChatGPT, can use. So you click on deep research. Now what it can do is it can do a really, really deep research in terms of, it will not give you a superficial answer or a high level kind of answer. It will go deeper and come up with like detailed case studies and those kind of things. So let me show you. Understand, I've already created a prompt. Let's say I want to understand what next 5 years for global jobs look like, because things are changing really quick with AI and a lot of innovation coming up into the tech. So businesses will have to evolve. So I want to do a quick research on what skills are like really going to matter, and I want to tell it that pulls in the reports from the McKinsey's and Deloitte's of the world, and group the skills into categories and explain the trends behind them and show what drives the demand, and with a simple like summary so that I can share it with anyone where I want. So if you look at it, what it does is it goes there, it starts to ask certain questions, right? It says, are you targeting a specific industry? I would say no, not really. And then I would say, the second question is, should the focus be on a particular demographic? leaders, I would say. Okay, let's put mid-level professionals, early to mid-level professionals. There you go. And then the third question is, would you like insights broken down by region? Yes, I would say yes. Okay. So it understands the topic, comes up with questions like a consultant, and the reports that it is going to generate is, people pay like a lot of dollars to kind of get such reports. It is so good. And, people pay these consulting firms a lot of money to come to these conclusions and, buy the reports from them. So it is really exceptional what AI can do today. And while we wait, let's, clone another window, and it's going to take some time. So let's go look at the other window. Let's start a new chat and say, let's understand how to create a picture, right? Let's say create an image. Now you can simply say, can you create a picture of an airport, for example, with people boarding the plane? There you go. So this is like as simple as just putting it out in words what you exactly want, and it starts spitting out the picture. And it does a good job. I won't say it is excellent at it, but yeah, the Sora 2, the new model, that is really good. But currently we're using the Sora model. So let's see how it goes. And meanwhile, let's go back to the future tasks and see what it is still taking time. It is like researching, going into the internet, doing a lot of research, and then it will kind of compile on the data. So we'll have to wait for it. But in terms of the picture, that should be pretty quick. Let's see how it goes. Let's see if analysis is done or not. It is still analyzing. There you go. It starts to create the picture. It is a bit slow, but it has a picture. Plane, people are boarding. Probably an old style plane, but yeah, that's okay. Probably Boeing, I would say. And then moving back to our report, it is still taking longer than expected. So let's try out a couple of other things. Meanwhile, let's say I want to. This picture is okay, but I want to have a picture which has like infographics to it, right? Can I do it? Can it research and come up with a picture for infographics? Let's try it out. So let's say I want to create a infographic of how sleep impacts productivity and research from global studies, and it should have like 5-6 key intakes and insights and those kind of things. So let's try this prompt out. Let me haul the previous one. Yeah, we already have the picture in place. So let's try it out. It's thinking, and it kind of comes up. It will do the research first, and then it will start creating the picture. I'll structure the minimal text and suggest icons, and it started to research from the web, and it's coming up with a plan. So it has, like, if you look at it, it has come up with a kind of a deck structure. But let me say create an image with this. Let's see what it does. Meanwhile, let's check how the research is going. It's still researching. It is doing some detailed research out there. McKinsey, Deloitte, some article from Search Engine Journal and Human Resource Online.net. Start spitting out image. So let's wait and see what it does. But next on we move into agent mode. So I'll show you like how agents do what they do and how they can kind of work inside. What is like agent mode inside ChatGPT? It starts spitting out on the infographic. It says how sleep supercharges our productivity. Less sleep is equal to less output. Tired and foggy focus. Sleep shapes your mood, and bad sleep is equal to risky decisions, and those kind of things. So it looks okay, and it looks cool. So we can try it out. You can do pretty much anything with it. Let's go back and see how it's research going. It's still going on. It's doing a pretty deep research. And let's go to a new window and try out the agent mode. So we can go here, search the agent mode, and then let's say find me a flight from New Delhi to San Francisco with one stop between 10th to 14th December 2025, and I'll say find me a cheapest flight. So what it does is it creates and opens a window, and it starts doing the job. It is a bit slow. I think I covered this in the Atlas video as well, that the new browser from ChatGPT. But I would say it is still okay. You can do like multitasking. It goes to Google Flights, start searching. This shows you live what it is doing. So it is checking on multiple websites, and let me zoom in a bit. If you look at it now, you can see, right. It starts searching the flights from New Delhi, and it's searching Skyscanner. It goes to multiple websites. It will come up with some pretty cool things. Meanwhile, let's go back to our research, and it is still going on. Okay, now let me show you personalization, how that works. So the next step is personalization. You can really personalize your ChatGPT and take it on from there. So go to personalize, go to this, let me show you that. So go to your name out here. You need to have a Plus membership. Go here, you can go to general, it will ask you appearance. You can change it to light, dark, whatever. I prefer dark. Then you can go to notifications. You can specify the notifications if you want or not. You can go to personalize. You can enable customization, and then you can add some custom instructions. Like I have added structure your writing, think and respond like a consultant, always segment your answers into categories wherever possible, and blah 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 blah. So you can customize it accordingly. You can choose an answer way you want, straight shootout or straight shooting, and then chat, witty, Gen Z, whatever, right? And you can tell it about yourself so that it thinks like you, and then you can have your memory storage and those kind of things here. Then you have apps and connectors. I'm going to show you a quick demo of how you can use Canva inside of ChatGPT. But I've connected my Gmail, I've connected my Canva, I've connected my Google Calendar. You can also connect your Booking, Coursera, n number of apps today with the new ChatGPT connectors. Then schedules. So we are going to talk about it. Let me cover it there. And let me show you the connector thing. Let's see what this has. But it says it is still sorting up. But I think the cheapest option is Lufthansa. Oh, this is the best option. So it is still figuring out the cheapest option. It says the results are being loaded. There you go. It has sorted it. I think this Air India is like the cheapest option. Oh, it has 2 stops, so it is like figuring it out. Anyways, meanwhile, let me open another window and open a new chat. Calendar is already added, so let me show you how it works. My calendar is already connected, so can you tell me my meetings for today? I have a meeting at 10:30 or 10 with Rick. So let's see if it kind of pulls that up. This will only happen once you connect your apps to your ChatGPT, and it is a one-time activity, and it auto pulls. So yeah, there you go. It says 14 November. It's 10 to 10:30 p.m. It's Sanjeet and Rick connect, right? So you can connect pretty much anything. Then let's go back and check. Did it come up with a plan? It is still researching. It is going to take forever, but yeah, this is one of the features. There you go. The research is out. The future skills analysis is out, and it gives you a detailed kind of summary here of what. I'm not going to read through it entirely, but this is like a detailed report, and it will also give you sources. These are the sources. It has search from McKinsey, search from Web Forum, UNESCO, and pretty much a lot of these details. So yeah, you can do a lot of things, and it is really interesting how fast the world is moving towards. Now let's talk about the last thing I'm going to dive into today, that is GPTs. So if you have looked here, you have a lot of GPTs, right? So if you click on explore, and on right you'll see create my GPTs, and you can also start using existing GPTs like Canva, Expedia, Scholar AI, video editing, and whatnot. For writing, you might have a few chat, PRD, I don't know what it is, but AI humanizers and a lot of things. So you can click on create. You can start creating your own GPT. Suppose you say you want to create a GPT for creating some custom posts, so you can do it, and that will be in your custom GPTs, and you can also publish it so that people can start using it. So this is like really one of the coolest thing I've seen, and the world is moving really fast. We'll have a lot of more GPTs and apps coming out. So stay tuned for what's new there. So it says, moving back to the flight search, it is still searching it out. So let's wait and see what the output. It's still searching it up, but I'll add a screenshot later once it completes it. But yeah, follow me for more insights into AI and how you can use AI better. Also, how you can improve your business with AI and those kind of things. So stay tuned for more such videos. But yeah, I'll see you shortly. Have a good one.